friends, Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Rahman and I am level 1 student at Grand School Banking. But today I am going to discuss a very interesting and important topic, explore advancement like electric vehicles and hyperloops. So let's get started.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, Maya. So how are you? So Maya, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
So my first question is introductions to future transportational.
Let me check that. I'm curious to see if we're finally getting those flying cars people have been promising for decades. So, eVTOL air taxis are actually being tested, but for most of us, the real change is on the ground. We're seeing more robo taxis and self driving shuttles in cities, and hydrogen is finally gaining some ground for heavy duty trucks. Everything is becoming software defined now, so vehicles are basically smartphones on wheels with AI handling everything from routing to predictive maintenance. There's also this shift toward mobility as a service, where the goal is to make owning a private car feel like a chore compared to just subscribing to a fleet. Do you want to dig deeper into the air taxis or maybe how these smart cities actually work?
Okay, my second topic is evolutions of modern transportational electric vehicles (EVs).
Right on. Let me grab the latest on that. It feels like every few months there's some new claim about a revolutionary battery, but the reality right now is a bit more complicated. EVs are huge in Europe where sales are still climbing, but North America is actually seeing a bit of a dip.
Okay,
It
Maya.
mostly comes down to the price tag, which is averaging over $56,000. And the fact that charging infrastructure still feels like a bit of a gamble for long trips. There's also the depreciation issue where these cars lose value pretty quickly. It really depends on whether you have a garage to charge in. Otherwise, it's a tough sell. Is that what you're seeing in your part of the world?
Okay, Maya. How electric vehicles work? Benefits of electric vehicles.
Basically, they swap out the internal combustion engine for an electric motor and a big battery pack. The battery stores electricity as DC power, and an inverter turns that into AC power to spin the motor. One of the coolest parts is regenerative braking, which actually feeds energy back into the battery when you slow down. As for the benefits, you get way fewer emissions, quieter rides, and lower maintenance since you aren't dealing with oil changes or exhaust systems.
Okay, Maya. EVs
Makes
and
sense.
EVs and environmental sustainability.
I think we might have had a little glitch there. I didn't quite catch that last part. What were you saying?
Okay, Maya. Battery technology.
Got it. This is the part that actually makes or breaks the whole thing. Are you looking for the chemistry side or more like how the actual charging experience is changing? Because things are getting wild. Sodium ion batteries are already hitting the market and they're way cheaper than lithium since sodium is basically everywhere. Then you've got solid state batteries and lithium sulfur, which are a bit further out, but they promise to triple the range of most cars and charge in minutes instead of hours.
Okay, Maya. My topic is fast charging technology.
Wait, are you actually asking about how to pay for charging, or do you mean how the technology itself works?
Okay, Maya. Electric buses, electric trains, electric motorcycles, and solars.
Oh, you're talking about the whole fleet. You're basically covering everything on wheels that doesn't need a gas station. It's pretty wild to see those solid state batteries finally hitting the road. There are motorcycles out now that can get 370 miles on a charge, and we're seeing things like the Dodge Charger Road testing those same cells. And for buses, the move to electric is basically a given now for city fleets. Do you think these are ready for the roads in Karachi, or is the charging infrastructure still too big of a hurdle?
Okay, Maya, growth of EV charging satellites.
Wait, charging satellites? It sounds futuristic. Do you mean like electric motorcycles?
Okay, Maya, my topic is electric motorcycles and solar. Growth of EV charging satellites.
Sounds like you're diving into the solar charging side of things. That's a pretty smart way to fuel a ride, basically running on sunshine. I did a quick search for CDLX, and while nothing pops up under that exact name, I found something called the Solaris. It's this wild concept bike with solar wings that pop out when you're parked to charge the battery. So it's basically its own charging station. Is that what you were thinking of, or are you looking into a different system?
Okay, charging.
Just seeing the bike
Smart
topic.
charging system.
Wireless charging is one of those things that sounds like magic until it actually becomes a thing. It's pretty wild to think about just pulling up and having power flow into the vehicle without a single cable. What part of that system are you focusing on?
Okay, Maya, my next topic is cost of electric vehicles, EVs and smart satellites.
That's a pretty ambitious list to tackle at once. Smart satellites aren't exactly off the shelf since they're custom built for specific orbits and missions, which can run into the hundreds of millions. As for the ride, EV prices have been creeping up, with the average around 56,000 in the US. Now, if you go full autonomous, you're looking at a massive jump. Level 4 or 5 tech can add over 100,000 to the cost of the vehicle alone. Which one of those is the biggest hurdle for your project?
Okay, Maya, my next topic is autonomous electric vehicles, artificial intelligence and transportational.
You're really painting the whole future picture tonight. You've been hammering through these topics like you're running a masterclass. Want to take a beat, or do you have another one lined up?
Okay, my topic is introductional to hyperloop technology. How hyperloop system work.
Hmm. Never heard of that one. All right. I'll be honest, I'm a bit lost here. The only thing that came up was some makeup and a category of Yamaha motorcycles, but neither of those really fits with the vibe of the other things you've been bringing up tonight. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay, Maya, my next topic is high speed transportational volume tube technology.
Hmm. I think still missing a piece of the puzzle. I'm trying to follow along, but I'm not quite catching the phrase minus obligates high state. Could you try explaining that in a different way?
Okay, Maya, my next topic is a magnetic levitational benefits of hyperloop transportational.
Hypernope? I think we might be dealing with a classic case of transcription mischief, but it sounds like you're actually talking about magnetic levitation and the hyperloop. That's the kind of transportation that feels like it belongs in a sci fi movie. Since there's no physical contact between the pod and the track, you can hit speeds over 700 miles per hour without the friction of a normal train. Plus, doing that in a vacuum tube means you're not fighting air resistance, which makes it way more energy efficient. Imagine going from city to city in a fraction of the time it takes now. What's the draw for you on this one?
Okay, my next topic is hyperloops and their and the and any war maintenance challenges of hyperloop development.
Wait, hypernodes again. It feels like this word is sliding through the transcription, but something is still getting scrambled. Since the last one turned out to be the hyperloop, I'm wondering if you're actually talking about something else entirely, maybe hypernodes in a computer network or some other tech. Can you tell me a bit more about what these hypernodes actually do?
Okay, my next topic is safety in future transportational cost of advanced transportational.
Safety is the make or break for this whole thing. You can have a pod that hits 700 miles per hour, but if people don't feel safe getting in it, it's just a very expensive tube. Between the AI pilots, the vacuum seals, and the sheer speed, the stakes for any single failure are just massive. What specific part of the safety side are you looking at?
Okay, my next topic is vehicles communicationals, vehicles to informational communicationals, auto mix public transportational.
Vehicle to everything, basically. It's wild to think about cars actually talking to each other and even the infrastructure to coordinate everything in real time. I'm guessing you're thinking about this as a way to virtually eliminate accidents, since the cars would know what's happening around the next corner before the driver even sees it.
Okay, my next topic is futures of public transport, electric air taxi.
Air taxis are such a fun concept. What's drawing you to the flying car side of things? It's getting closer than we think. Companies like Joby and Archer are moving toward commercial launches in places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi this year. In the US, the FAA is rolling out demonstration flights across dozens of states, so people will actually see them in the air soon. Semi solid batteries are helping with the range for now, but the real game changer for longer trips should be full solid state batteries arriving around 2028.
Okay, my next topic is sustainability transportational.
Really catchy title. That's a bold way to sign off on everything we've covered tonight. You've practically mapped out the entire future of how we move from one place to another. What's the master plan for all this?
Okay, my next topic is warm energy and transportational, reducing carbon emissions.
The big goal at the end of it all. Everything we've been going over tonight, from those flying taxis to the solar bikes, it all leads back to this. That shift to renewables, especially when you consider how huge the transportation sector's carbon footprint is. I'm curious, when you think about cutting those emissions, do you think the answer is mostly in the tech we've talked about, like EVs, or does it require a deeper shift in how we actually organize our cities?
Okay, my next topic is transportational and economic growth, futures transportational jobs, transportational and smart citizens.
We're covering an incredible amount of ground. It's like we're building a blueprint for a totally different world. We've gone from the tech itself to the people and the jobs. Do you think the smart citizen part is the missing piece that makes the rest of it actually work?
Okay, my next topic is futures modificationals and developing countries, EVs versus traditional vehicles.
That's the real world test. It's one thing to run an AV in a predictable city, but throw it into the mix with poor road quality and missing lane markings, and it's a totally different beast. Plus, there's the human element. A human driver in a traditional car can navigate the kind of chaotic, Unpredictable traffic patterns you see in developing nations that might just confuse a rigid AI system.
Okay, Maya. My next topic is roles of invitational and transportational futures of hyperloop and high-speed travel. How future transportational could change our life.
It sounds like you're circling back to that Hyperloop idea. If we actually nail high speed travel, it changes the whole math of where we live and work. You could live in one city and commute to another 300 miles away in 20 minutes. It basically turns entire regions into one giant neighborhood. I'd love to hear your take on that, but I'm starting to think this might be the grand finale for your script. How's the flow feeling to you?
Okay, Maya. My next topic is salt status batteries. Battery recycling technology.
Batteries and recycling. That's the part of the loop that actually makes the whole green thing real. Right now, hydrometallurgical processes are the gold standard because they can recover things like lithium, cobalt, and nickel way more efficiently than before. We're also seeing a push toward extended producer responsibility, or EPR, which basically puts the burden on the manufacturers to handle the batteries once they're dead rather than just leaving them for someone else to figure out.
So
If we
ये थी
can nail
हमारी
that
आज की
closed
वीडियो,
loop, it
मिलेंगे अगली
turns
वीडियो
the
में, तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज।